Well, hello guys. Well, after the utter brilliance of last episode, the promotion and everything that went with it, we had a bit of a cliffhanger, a decision to make. Would we stay at Gottne, IF, or would our head be turned and might move to some distant land? There were jobs in Iceland, jobs in Norway, jobs in other parts of Sweden, and we did apply for them, or some of them. So, did we or didn't we stick with Gottne? What do you reckon? Of course we stuck with them. Well, hello guys. Welcome to episode 12 of this Journeyman save. In there, we're still with Gottne IF. It was a tough decision, but in the end I only applied for the Icelandic jobs, and what was quite interesting is that I applied for 2 in the first division and 1 in the top division, and I was rejected from all of them because they'd never heard of me, even though I got an interview previously with I think second division of the first tier down of Icelandic jobs, and they didn't mind then. So apparently I've got worse somehow, but I'm not disappointed. I'm really excited to see what we could do with Gottne and whether we could make transfers that might help us stay up, especially when I saw what the wage budget was. I think if we'd had the same wage budget as before, I think I would have just resigned. Right then, so today we're going to have a look at the transfers we've made. We've made a bunch, obviously, and then we're playing this game here against Utsikten's BK. It's a whole bunch of new names to learn, which is not going to help me an awful lot. Oddvold, I like that one. We'll probably watch them at some point. Right then, so let's have a look at the transfers, shall we? These are the released players. We couldn't get Hasanbegovic back, so for the 3rd season running we've had to go with new strikers, which is a bit annoying. So Farlan, he left, unsurprisingly, the centre-back. Simon Berg, who was our left and right-sided midfielder, didn't really play much, so he left, and Youssef was the goalkeeper who never got a game. So all of those were kind of expected, I guess. Let's have a look at the ones going out. Varberg boys, is what I'm going to call them, put an offer in for Gunnan. They are top. They're in. What the heck? They've loaned him out. Yeah, they're in the top division in Sweden, and as soon as they put it in, Gunnan he wanted to leave because it's a top division club, and then they've loaned him straight out to the 1st division elite, which is a bit annoying. But he's playing a few games for them. I don't know why they've started already. We haven't yet. And doing all right by the looks of things. He's got a goal, but it's a small fee. But the last thing I needed was our best left back pissed off because he couldn't actually go do what he wanted to. So I let him go. Right. Shall I look at who's come in? Because I'm quite pleased with these transfers. I was a bit disappointed to lose Gunnan, but I'm quite pleased with what we've done. We are still below what we need for this division, but it was always going to be a challenge. We've still got money in the wage budget, so I was at half-time. Halfway through the season, maybe we could look to bring someone else in, but I think we can sign free transfers at this time, unless the real rules are different now. So let's work our way down. So first up, Theodore Johansson. So this is a midfield, free transfer. This is a midfielder who can play on the right and the left side. I felt we needed to improve the wings, and we certainly did that. He looks really good. Look at the crossing, first touch. His dribbling's not amazing. We can work on that. But he's fast. He's pacey. He's got great technique for this level. Good work rate. Reasonable vision, and he can cross a ball. So he's exactly the sort of player you want on the wing. Really happy with him. Looking forward to seeing what he can do in a Gottne shirt. But signed him on a free from Hammarby. So then we've also signed up this lad who is I'm sure he had more stars than. Yeah, I'm certain he had more stars originally, but anyway. So he has, I mean, he looks like everything's going down, but he looks terrible actually. Yeah, the technique's okay, acceleration, pace. So we're playing him as a sort of inside. Oh, I thought we were playing as an inside winger. Maybe we're not. But it's another Johansson, someone who can do a job, play on both sides, pretty versatile. So that should be good. So if we've improved on either side. Albin Handel. I can't remember this guy. Oh yes, he's our backup goalkeeper. I don't know where he's gone. He seems to have disappeared. Where's he gone? Oh, he's in the reserves. Right, he's in the reserves. He's an okay backup goalkeeper. Yeah, I forgot all about him. We've signed another goalkeeper, which yeah. So then we got this lad, Messioudi, who is another player in the central midfield, 3.5 potentially 4.5 star player. Good long shots, which I always like. He's a decent marker of the ball. No, good vision, good. His passing isn't great, so we might need to work on that a little bit if we're going to play him in that role. But I think he's a decent player, got a lot of good statistics, and I hope he can do a job. So he's going to be a first teamer for us. And he came from Solitana. And then we paid some money. We bought in a striker, so Hasanbegovic we couldn't get back in. So we went for this guy who's got decent dribbling and finishing, also reasonably fast. He's got, look at the composure for this level. I think that's going to be important, and reasonable decision making. I think overall he's got all the stats in the right places. I'm quite pleased with him. 3.5 star player, but with a 5-star potential. So that is really, really impressive. Then we bought a goalkeeper who is going to be replacing Ferreira. As you can see, he's actually got one extra eccentricity. His first touch is pretty poor, but the rest of him, he looks like a decent goalkeeper. Good handling, good kicking. He's got a tendency to punch, so we'll have to watch out for that. But good agility, so I'm pretty happy with that. So we also got another striker. I felt I wanted someone else to be able to be a decent backup rather than what we had. So he's currently injured, which is no suspended, so that's annoying. So we've only got the one striker at the moment, Elm. He can also play left and right side midfield, not that we'll do that, but you know, he can do a job. He's not the best, but he's got okay statistics, and he's certainly a lot better than our second place, our previous backup strikers, but who are both still here, and we'll sort of play them now and again. So then we needed to replace our left-sided defender because we just lost Gunnan. So we brought in this lad, Hennig, who he looks good. He looks very, very good. Crossing not great, but he's fast. He's got decent jumping reach for a defender. Not so good at heading, but at least he can get his head onto the thing. Just not necessarily the right thing. He can tackle, mark. Dribbling not great. So he's not going to be so good going up the left and right side, but defensively I think he's going to be solid. So he's a slightly different player to what we had with Gunnan, but I think he will make us a lot more solid. Bit of more backup at centre back. We got this lad in Sundstrom. Yeah, this lad Sundstrom, who, I mean, I think he looks very much worth his 3-star. He's 32, and he's going to be a backup for us. But he's got reasonable statistics in the places you'd want a defender to have reasonable statistics. So I think that's going to be important, that we've got decent players that we can bring on when confidence is down with some of the other players. And then finally, and the player that I've been trying to bring in, this is the player I've been trying to bring in, not this one particular, but a right back. And we've been trying to bring that right back in for the entirety of the transfer window. It took us ages. But finally, we got somebody to. So this is our first choice right back. 4-star ability, 27-year-old Swede. Good marking, good passing and tackling. He can cross as well. He just looks a decent player, good mentals, and his physicals could be better, but certainly not bad. And very versatile as well. So if we need someone to play somewhere else, he can sort of switch across, and we'll bring Eriksson on to patch up the defence. Let me know what you think of the transfers. I'm pretty pleased with those. I think that's one of my better transfer windows. I really took my time over it, and as a result, I think we've done well out of it. Whether we can match the likes of Utsikens, I don't know. If you look at the team report and the comparison, we're okay. We are still on the low side pretty much across the board. So it's going to be tricky, and we're going to have to work hard to stay in this division. It's going to be an absolute challenge, but we're up for it. We're definitely up for it. If we look like we're going to get sacked, look like we're going to get relegated, I might just jump ship, but we'll see. We're still going with the same 4-5-1 setup, and we'll see how it does. Let's get into this game. So the team we're going with Ern up front, Johansson on the left, Massasoudi, Harman and Folkestone in the middle. Folkestone, a lot of the average ratings for the central midfielders have dropped down a bit, which is a bit disappointing. Johansson on the right, so that's easy. Johansson and Johansson, just one with two S's, one with one S. Noren on the left side, he is playing because Hennig is suspended. We've got 2 suspensions. And this lad, BB, Book Club, Bergenheim, Sebastian, yeah, and Thielen and Kiefer in the centre, and Van Leest. At least we've got a goalkeeper. Nice. So I'm happy with that. We're going with what we went with before, and we'll see how we do. On the bench, we've got the usual suspects. We're putting Larson on as our sort of backup striker for now, but we're probably going to use the other guys, the two youngsters, at some point. Let's see what we can do. I mean, it'd be amazing to be competitive. I just don't want to get embarrassed. I don't want to lose badly. I should have shown you pre-season. Pre-season's gone fairly well. We lost our first 2 games, which looked a bit rubbish, but then we won a bunch in the middle and then lost one sort of towards the end against someone of similar sort of standard, I think, in the other side of the league. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. They're playing a 4-4-2 against us. Lacey up top. Racy, and his I don't know, something technical of Dreamcoat and lacy knickers. All right then, let's go. Let us see. Oh, raining on the first day of the season. How about that? Noren, I'm a little bit worried about. I mean, he hardly played a game last season, and I don't think he's much of a backup really. He's certainly something we might look to replace quite early on. I don't think he'll be here next season. Yeah, let me know what you thought of the transfers. Let me know where you think we'll finish this season. Be interested to see whether you reckon we've got a chance. Whoa, that was an absolute stinker of a free kick. In a good way. In a good way. Bikla Bergen. Right then, so 20 minutes in, we've restricted them to very few chances. And ball's out to Johansson, who is the first time we've seen our 2 Johanssons. Thielen, it's back to the goalkeeper. Van Leest, is he going to pump it upfield? Don't know. He does, he pumps hard. Nicely done. It's Johansson, it's the same Johansson. He's trying to beat his man. Look at that. Now that is what I call a goal. I don't know about you, but if you're going to open your account, that is how you do it, isn't it? Elm down to Johansson, takes his time over it, makes the space on his left foot, and absolutely smashes it in the back of the net. Theodore. Good show. Right then. Well, great start. That is... Oh. It's a flipping red card. Well, that's good, isn't it? Right, we're going to take Folkestone off because I think he's the worst of the centre backs, and I'm not going to play with a. I'm going to play him on support. Masudi, I'm going to play. So we're just 2 basic central midfielder roles, one on support, one on attack, and we will bring on Eriksson. So he's in the game quicker than he probably expected. And we'll see how we do there. That's disappointing. So a dream start to the debut for one of them, and not for the other debutant, or the second debutant. It's in. It's Thielen. What a header that was. What a header. 2-0. Masudi with the free kick. Look at this. Beautiful ball in. Thielen, who has been an absolute dream with his head. Great stuff. 2-0. Well, what a start. I mean, it's all going on, really. We could lose. Skoog. What was that? Come on. Tornblad. That's got to be offside, isn't it? Disallowed, yeah. 2 right. Skoog. Ball in. I don't think he touched it, but yeah. Interfering with play, definitely. Aaron. So he plays it in. Oh, is it? Is that Theodore? Again? 3-0? Jesus. I mean, I have to say, I wasn't expecting it to work this well, especially as I was missing 2 people with, 2 of our new guys with suspensions, and then we get a player sent off. It's gone particularly well despite that in this first half. Well, Harriet Harman plays it into Elm. I mean, we haven't seen much from him. Beautiful ball in? No, it's not really, is it? Dr. Rosenplatt. Right then, go on. I'd like to finish this half 3-0 up. They put the ball over the top. Tom Blatt. Yeah, nicely done. Goalkeeper gets in the way. And, yeah, good start, friends. Good starts. I mean, ignore the fact that we've only had 4 shots there, 3. We don't need to say that. It doesn't say that on the result. I mean, it's not going to probably say 3-0 on the result. I expect them to get back into this, but I think for now we're just going to keep on trucking. Masudi, ball through. Aaron, is he gonna? He does. He holds it. You could have just passed it to that guy there. I mean, I can't really criticise where we are at the minute, but I don't want to lose this. It's going to be really embarrassing if we lose it from here. What's that for? Offside? But he kicked it. I don't know. We don't try and make sense of this, do we? Right, ball into Eriksson. Eriksson plays it over the top. They can't deal with this. Ern, first time we get to see him, and he just smashes it into Roos, and yeah. Well, we haven't even shouted. What are we going to shout at them? I think praise is probably in order. Masasudi. He's just smashing them. Thielen is absolutely smashing them. But they're through. About 400 on 1 here. Olasulil. Nice ball over the top. Lad. And he smashes it at the goalkeeper's hands. Was that Lad? No, Lackey. It looks like Lad. I mean, pretty much Lad. Oh, diving header to clear. Nicely done. Eriksson, another Eriksson. Make the challenge, my friends. Make the challenge. Don't let them into this. No, that's a wild shot. I mean, at this point, I reckon we should just go to time wasting some of the time. We don't want to sort of step back and invite them onto us. I think that would be a mistake at this point. But just time waste a little bit. But then just try and get a goal. Noren. I was worried about him. At the moment, there has been no reason to worry. He hardly played last season, to be fair. Were we missing something? Noren, nicely done. It's a chance. Oh, dear me. Dear me. Hit the back of somebody. Right, I'm going to carry on praising it. Roos. That's into Ern. Brilliantly done. Masudi. Didn't quite get it through to Skoog. 3 players bearing down on him. But Kendall. Oh, dear me. I mean, they've had their chances, really. They have had their chances, and we've just been quite excellent. But they're definitely coming back into it. Come on. Oh, nicely done. Oh, my God. Who was that? Who was that? I can't click on him. He's hiding. Kiefer. Yeah, lovely header away. Kiefer gets away with it, and Noren does well there. Ern. Come on, Ern. He's playing it in. Oh no, I thought he was getting through. Beautiful, beautiful play from the centre back there for them. Right. So shall we make a change? Shall we make a change? It's pretty good at the minute. I'm slightly concerned. I don't really want to make a change, so I shouldn't make one really. I mean, that's the moral of that story. Maybe I'll bring on Rami Mansour just because we've got that yellow card on that side, and Rami is. We know he plays well. He plays that position well. Give him a bit of time, and we'll make a time-wasting substitution towards the end. So we're getting towards the end of the game. We still haven't conceded, which is excellent. I mean, I think this might be the highlight of the season. Because don't forget, last season I don't think we won. How many games did we score 3 goals? Not many games. Nicely done. I'm sure we didn't win by 3 goals in any game. Harriet Harman running down the wing. Who would have thought she had such pace? But that's pretty much the first touch, or not the first touch, but the touch I would expect her to have. Touch of a brick. Oh dear. Just wide. Just wide. So it's going quite fantastic. Let's make that time-wasting substitution at this point. Should we bring on Bereza? No, actually, we'll bring on Bereza for Harman, and then we'll probably make a last-minute, probably defensive substitution right at the end. There we go. Right, just right at the end here. And there's no real reason to do it, but just to give someone else a bit of a game. We'll take Thielen off. I can't make him. What? Oh, what? Back to normal bloody rules. So you can make about 400 substitutions in the division below, but only 3 here. No, I'm not liking that. Considering you rarely have a squad big enough to make all those substitutions, or maybe that's why. Well, what do you think of that then? 3-0 win. I wasn't expecting it. Clearly, Oliver Karlsson wasn't expecting it of the Swedish Football Post. I don't think anyone watching was expecting that. I mean, you look at the actual game, there was 4 shots on target each. We just did more with them. What does he say? I've changed my assistant. So, yeah, this one, old Bo here, thinks we should let the team know we appreciate their efforts, which, you know, the other guy, you just said, I don't really know what to say. Don't think we should say anything to them, which is utterly useless. Anyway, we're second in the league, guys. I mean, it's not going to last, but let's enjoy this while we can. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're happy with us sticking with Gottne. Not that we haven't had much choice. We'll come back fairly soon because I want to sort of take a little bit of time over this season because this is going to be a bit of a challenge, and we want to sort of. Did I bring on Larson? I didn't bring on Larson. No, sorry, wrong game. Yeah, I want to take a bit of time over this, and then so we'll come back a couple of times sort of early on. I also will be away next week from when this video comes out, so we're going to have a few less videos next week because I'm not going to have time to record them all. So hopefully that's okay. It's over the Christmas week, so you guys are going to be busy anyway. But expect 2, possibly 3 videos next week. It may even be just 1, but I will try my best to get as many as I can out, which is why I'm not going to go too far through the season. But I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And yeah, let's enjoy Season 3 in the division above, the First Division South. And yeah, fingers crossed for another very, very successful season. Probably our biggest win, I think, on camera so far, this Journeyman. Lovely, lovely. Comments down below, like, subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.